Yeah, let's um quickly, I just wanted to look ahead to UFC 263 because there was just one thing. We've already touched on the Diaz Edwards
Boy,
fight.
have
Now,
we. Boy,
yeah,
have we. Yeah, we definitely have.
and then we got the big one, the rematch, Adesanya and Vittori, and that one I'm still kind of on the fence about. But
Mm.
I gotta say this though, with Davison Figueiredo and Brendan Moreno, uh, for as long as we've been doing this show, the theme for me has just been like that I'm just a diehard Davison Figueiredo fan, right? Like
Oh
basically the
yeah.
foundation for this show was built on me backing my life on Davison Figueiredo on two different occasions.
Yeah.
And I'm just a massive fan of him. And but I gotta say this. If the line stays the way that it is right now, I think that the value is on Brendan Moreno.
Ooh,
Yeah, I
damn,
think
my
that
man.
Moreno. I,
Wow.
I think that the odds makers have this wrong. I see like plus 220 on Brendan Moreno and like minus 240 on Figueredo. I feel like I just don't understand how they could do that. I understand like um, the story with Figueredo
Yeah.
having like the stomach issue and all that, and well, if he's healthy and he almost beat him when he was sick, think about when he's healthy. I just think, I just. I can't envision Brendan Moreno getting finished, and if the fight goes the distance again, I think that I just think that Moreno has a better chance of winning. I just think at plus 220, I think the positive EV bet is Brendan Moreno here. Now, do I think that Figueredo wins the fight? You know, yeah, I probably do think that Figueredo wins the fight, but at plus 220 on the money line, uh, it's really hard. And then it's the type of thing I'm looking right now. It's interesting. The props are out already for this fight, but inside the distance on Figueredo is plus 210, which that's interesting. And then inside the distance on Moreno is plus 520. And again, I just think that price is wrong. Like we saw Moreno rock Figueredo pretty bad. We saw him take a lot of his best shots. I just think, Figueredo probably wins this fight, but the value is on Moreno here big time. And I could see there being, a shocking upset here. And I'll be obviously rooting for Davison Figueredo as a fan, but as a bettor, I thought that this line was going to be. I thought this was going to be way closer. I thought we'd see like minus 175 for Figueredo, but
Whew. I
I
wish.
don't. I don't know,
I
man.
wish.
What do you think about this one?
Oh, it's a tough one for sure. I do buy into the narrative though of Figueiredo not quite being himself. Um, yeah, it was a close fight, Al, and it looked like Moreno was going to win it for sure at moments. I think we really saw a tremendous display of heart from Davis and Figueiredo to go out there. I mean, if and again, we're taking his word, right? We're taking his word. There's no disputing the guy went to the hospital the night before the fight. I mean, in my opinion, if my fighter, if I'm looking at the clock and going, oh, hey, you guys, did you know this guy is actually supposed to fight in a cage fight in less than 24 hours and he's at the emergency room? That to me is an automatic, the fight's not happening. Like, that's just insane to me that they go, oh, you know what? Yeah, he's good. Let's have him go out there and just be in a UFC title fight. So I do buy into that a little bit. I think and I saw it. I think we saw a diminished Davison Figueiredo, but I'm also going to agree with you that the value side is probably Moreno as it stands right now. I think you're probably right. I will say this though. I wouldn't be surprised if the public, as this fight approaches, goes, they're probably going to forget that narrative. I think the public probably forgets that we were seeing a diminished Davison. I wouldn't be surprised if we see this line be corrected by the public in backing the dog Moreno being as there was actually an argument the guy might have won the first time. You know what I mean? Like, I was honestly half surprised we got a draw there. And I had money on Figueiredo, and I was very happy to walk away with a draw, honestly. So, yeah, I mean, and I could be wrong, but I would not be surprised if we actually do see that line get a little more accurate and money comes in on Moreno. I gotta say, I do think I lean Figueiredo, but Al, I'm with you, man. The numbers just aren't right, and I think Davison like a -200, I think is a fair price range, and that's where I personally would have it. But Al, listen. If Moreno has leveled up, because we're talking about a very young dude, if Moreno has leveled up even slightly, that right there could be enough to offset Davison if he comes in at his best. Because Davison, we're talking about a guy that missed weight consistently before he became the champion. Like, that was honestly his biggest hurdle in becoming a champion. He had to fight Joseph Benavidez 2 times because he beat him the first time and they couldn't put the belt on him because he didn't make weight, right? You know, if Davison comes into this fight a little bit diminished, and he might, you know, regardless, you know, the whole stomach issue, that could have been complications of a bad weight cut, and it could happen again. And guess what? They're not going to let us know before we place a bet on Figueiredo is that the guy went to the hospital. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if I could have got inside word, if somebody would have hit my DMs and go, Bleed, yo, I'm not kidding. Davison Figueiredo is in the hospital right now. Do you know what I would have done? Here's what I would have done for sure. Not bet Figueiredo, possibly bet Moreno. You know what I mean? So, yeah, Al, it's a tricky scenario. I gotta wonder what Figueiredo we're getting, but I will say this: if Moreno, you know, kind of circling back here, if Moreno has improved yet again, which we see every fight, this kid gets better, and it's not just a little bit. He makes leaps between fights. Even the best Davison Figueiredo, there's a chance Moreno has shored up his game and is just as good, maybe better. And it's a great matchup. I'll just put it like that. And I'm very intrigued. And I think we do see some line movement here, Al. So that's what I think about it. But wow, what a tough one to break down. And a very exciting, man. People are sleeping on that. I think I think people are surprised. I'm surprised that we're back. Our next pay-per-view, we're getting Davison Figueiredo, Brandon Moreno. And that's a great matchup, man. And nobody's talking about it, of course, except me, your boy Bleeding, your boy Al Mack, taking a look ahead. And that's why we're here. And that's why you watch. So, Al, is there anything you want to say before we jerk the curtain here and call it quits tonight?
Really quickly, just give me your quick take on Adesanya Vittori. What do you think?
Oh man, I was trying to keep that one locked and loaded for next week. You know what, Al? That's how we're playing it right now. I'm locking and loading it. We're sitting on that one.
Okay.
Because you know what? I'm gonna show my hand. I'm gonna tip my hat right now, and let's just, without me being long-winded, I'm gonna drop a bomb and I'm gonna shock some people with that one. And you know what that means, folks. You know what I'm saying when I say that, and I'm gonna leave it at that.